Ever wondered which Netflix fantasy series will take you on a wild ride this February? Let's jump into the 10 best original fantasy shows you need to watch in 2025. We're talking hidden realms, mind-blowing twists, and characters who'll steal your heart, or maybe your sword. No judgment. Oh, and trust me, stick with us till the end, because we're ranking these based on both critical acclaim and pure fun factor.
Brilliant performances,
gratuitous fires,
fortunate coincidences,
unreasonable.
Ready to geek out? Let's dive in. Number 10, Shadow and Bone. All right, kicking off our countdown at number 10, Shadow and Bone. This Netflix OG dropped back in 2021. And if you haven't binged it yet, what are you even doing?
You with me?
Always.
Based on Leigh Bardugo's Grishaverse books, this show throws us into a world split by darkness, literally. Meet Alina Starkov, played by the iconic Jessie Maylie, an orphan mapmaker who discovers she's got literal sunlight magic to fight the creepy as hell Shadowfold. But power? Oh, it comes with a price. Think evil warlords, betrayals, and monsters that'll make you sleep with the lights on.
You look fine.
Oh, I look more than fine.
Now let's talk The Crows. Kaz, Inej, Jesper. These chaotic heist kings stole the whole show for me. The CGI, chef's kiss. Especially the fold scenes. It's like a nightmare you can't look away from.
Are you willing to sacrifice that which is...
Hot take? Yeah, the pacing drags a little in the first few episodes, but stick with it. By season 2, you'll be screaming at your screen. If you're into magic systems with rules, morally gray squads, and big chosen one energy, add this to your list now.
You've kept me in this hellhole for weeks.
Up next, we're diving into a darker, twistier realm. And trust me, this one's full of secrets. Number 9, The Sandman. If you're into dark, mind-bending fantasy, this one's a must-watch.
I'm the king of dreams.
Based on Neil Gaiman's legendary comic, this 2022 adaptation is a masterpiece of storytelling. Meet Morpheus, the literal king of dreams, played by the hypnotic Tom Sturridge. After being imprisoned for centuries, he's back to reclaim his throne and rebuild his realm. But, plot twist, his journey is anything but simple. We're talking demons, rogue nightmares, and a whole lot of existential dread.
of life, death.
The vibe? Think dark, surreal, and hauntingly beautiful. Every episode feels like stepping into a dream, or maybe a nightmare you don't want to wake up from. And Tom Sturridge? Perfection. He brings this quiet, brooding intensity that'll have you Googling, why does Morpheus look like that at 2 a.m.?
You know the Sandman.
He's a fairy story, Hetty.
Fair warning, this show gets dark. Like, what did I just watch dark? But it's also deep. It's not just about dreams. It's about power, redemption, and the thin line between reality and imagination. If you're into fantasy with a side of horror and a dash of philosophy, The Sandman is your next obsession. But up next, we're switching gears to something weird, wild, and darkly hilarious.
And despair, and even poor delirium would do well to remember that.
Number 8, a series of unfortunate events.
Thank goodness you were available.
Klaus, it's just a coincidence.
At number 8, we've got a show that's as delightfully weird as it is darkly hilarious. A series of unfortunate events.
Unfortunately. We started somewhat predictably.
If you're into absurdity, dry humor, and Neil Patrick Harris being extra in every possible way, this one's for you.
I have some very bad news for you, children. Your home was
Based on the beloved books by Lemony Snicket, this 2017 series follows the Baudelaire orphans, Violet, Klaus, and Sunny, as they try to outsmart the terrible, horrible, no good Count Olaf. And let me tell you, Neil Patrick Harris kills it as Olaf. He's sneaky, ridiculous, and somehow still terrifying.
You haven't the faintest idea.
The storytelling? Chef's kiss. It's got this quirky, fourth wall breaking narration that makes you feel like you're part of the mystery. And the sets? Think Tim Burton meets Wes Anderson. Whimsical, gothic, and totally unforgettable.
The idea.
And what am I to do with them until then?
Every episode is a wild ride, full of disguises, schemes, and so much dark humor.
It doesn't matter. This
Doesn't matter.
It's like the show is constantly winking at you saying, yeah, this is ridiculous, but you love it.
I didn't realize the sand went so quickly. I bought it online. You're gonna need to flip it a couple of times.
And don't let the title fool you. A series of unfortunate events is packed with heart, wit, and moments that'll surprise you. If you're into stories that are equal parts clever and chaotic, this is your next binge.
Perished means killed.
We know what perished means.
Number 7, Sweet Tooth.
Guys, we need to talk about Alaska.
All right, number 7 is here, and it's a wild card, literally.
But some bad people are still out there, Gus.
This isn't your typical post-apocalyptic story. Nope. Imagine a world where the apocalypse brings deer boys. Yeah, you heard me.
They called them hybrids. Your kind.
This 2021 series follows Gus, a half-deer, half-human kid who's just trying to find his mom in a world that's gone full Mad Max. But here's the twist. It's not all doom and gloom. Sweet Tooth is like if The Last of Us had a baby with Bambi, and somehow it works. The visuals, stunning. Every scene feels like a love letter to nature, even when the world's falling apart. And the characters, Gus and Jeopard, his gruff, reluctant protector, are the ultimate odd couple.
Thank you.
Their bond is so real. It'll make you cry, laugh, and then cry again.
In the end.
But what really sets Sweet Tooth apart is its hope. In a genre that's usually all about despair, this show dares to ask, what if the end of the world is also a new beginning? It's a story about finding family in the unlikeliest places, and maybe, just maybe, believing in a better tomorrow.
And he lives on in our story.
So if you're tired of the same old grimdark apocalypse stories and want something that's equal parts heartwarming and thrilling, Sweet Tooth is your jam.
Someone's outside.
But up next, we're leaving the hybrid kids behind and diving into a world of magic, swords, and battles that'll blow your mind. Number 6, The Witcher. If you're into swords, sorcery, and Henry Cavill grunting like a boss, this is your show. Premiering in 2019, this series throws us into the chaotic world of Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter with a heart of gold and a voice like gravel. Played by the legendary Henry Cavill, Geralt's journey is anything but simple. We're talking political intrigue, epic battles, and a destiny that ties him to Ciri, a princess with powers she can't even begin to understand. The fight scenes? Chef's kiss. Henry Cavill trained like a maniac to pull off those stunts, and it shows. Every swing of his sword feels real. And the monsters? Netflix didn't skimp on the CGI. These creatures are terrifyingly awesome. But here's the thing. The Witcher isn't just about action. It's got layers. The world building is insane. Think Game of Thrones level politics, but with more magic and less backstabbing. Okay, maybe just as much backstabbing.
The Sandpiper.
That's the one. He performs here every night.
And let's not forget Yennefer and Ciri. These women are powerhouses. Their stories add so much depth to the series, making it more than just a Monster of the Week show. Now, fair warning, the timeline can be a bit confusing at first, but stick with it. Once it clicks, you'll be hooked. So if you're into complex worlds, badass characters, and battles that'll leave you breathless, The Witcher is a must-watch. Number 5, Wednesday. Let's get one thing straight.
Winner draws first blood.
Wednesday Addams isn't for everyone. She's for the outcasts, the midnight snackers, the people who'd rather dissect a frog than go to prom. And this show? It's a middle finger to normalcy.
Shouldn't be allowed to procreate.
2022's Wednesday isn't just a reboot. It's a resurrection. Jenna Ortega doesn't play Wednesday. She becomes her. The monotone voice, the side eye that could kill a man, the viral dance, icon status, unlocked. But here's the twist. Nevermore Academy isn't Hogwarts. It's Hogwarts for heathens.
Not just because it's a school.
Imagine a school where the drama club practices Shakespeare with real daggers, where the cafeteria serves bat-wing soup, and where your roommate might literally steal your dreams.
I do like stabbing.
This show's secret weapon? It's funny. Wednesday's wit is sharper than her guillotine. And the murder mystery? It's so twisted, even Sherlock would need a flowchart.
You guys are making me nauseous.
And the visuals? Oh, the visuals. Every frame is a Tim Burton daydream. Gothic arches, forests that whisper secrets, a color palette that's 50 shades of black. It's not a show, it's a mood. But under all the cobwebs and snark, there's heart. Wednesday's not just solving murders, she's fighting to belong. To a family, to freaks like her, to a world that's terrified of what it doesn't understand.
I'm not above breaking a few fingers.
So if you've ever felt like a misfit, if you've ever burned down a summer camp metaphorically, this is your anthem. Wednesday isn't just TV, it's a cult. And trust me, you'll want to join. But next up, we're trading black nail polish for blood red battles. Stakes, higher, action, wilder. Let's go. Number 4, One Piece.
I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst the crew.
Not a crew.
One Piece is a live-action adaptation of the legendary manga and anime, which premiered in 2023. The series follows the adventures of Monkey D. Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates as they search for the legendary treasure, One Piece. With stunning visuals and high-energy action, it captures the adventurous spirit of the original classic.
Well, I'm Monkey D. Luffy, and I will be the king of the pirates.
Each episode blends drama, humor, and epic battles, making you feel like you're sailing right alongside Luffy and his crew. The vibrant character portrayals and the magical world of pirates bring One Piece to life in a really engaging way.
Are you with me?
Personally, I think One Piece does a great job of delivering an incredible sense of adventure, with a strong family vibe and a sense of friendship that really stands out. Number 3, Castlevania.
Dracula has to be destroyed. We can't fail.
Castlevania takes us on a dark, twisted ride through a world where monsters roam and humanity fights for survival. This animated series, which premiered in 2017, centers on Trevor Belmont as he battles Dracula and his army of darkness. It's brutal, visually stunning, and rich in story.
How much do you know about the Vampire Messiah?
Each season delves deeper into the conflict between light and dark, unraveling a world full of complex characters and unexpected twists. The animation is beautifully detailed, with a gothic atmosphere that makes Castlevania feel like a modern-day legend, where every fight reveals something new about the eternal war between humans and the supernatural.
Everything has led us here.
In my opinion, Castlevania is the perfect example of how adult animation can combine epic action, emotional depth, and a dark narrative. It doesn't just entertain, it pulls you into a world where every choice matters, making it one of the most captivating animated series out there. Number 2, The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance. The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance is an epic prequel to the classic film, uncovering the history of the world of Thra. First released in 2019, this series blends puppetry, animation, and stunning visual effects to create a rich, magical fantasy world. With its complex story and deep narrative, the show takes us through the origins of the conflict in Thra, where magic and darkness are in a constant struggle. Every second of the series draws viewers in, amazed by the intricate details of the world, revealing history we've never seen before.
You should not have come here, Skekmal. I will not guide you on another hunt.
In my opinion, The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance is a perfect example of how beautifully fantasy storytelling and incredible visual artistry can come together. After diving into the history of Thra, it's time to wrap up the list with the best fantasy series ever. Number 1, Arcane. And topping the list, we have Arcane. This animated series, which dropped in 2021, brings us into the League of Legends universe like never before. With 2 seasons packed with action, drama, and jaw-dropping visuals, Arcane delivers a deep, complex story with characters that truly resonate. It's a show that grabs you and doesn't let go.
Powder's gone by. All that's left is Jinx.
What's amazing about Arcane is that it's not just about stunning visuals. It's the emotional storytelling that keeps you hooked from the first episode to the last. The mix of political intrigue, epic battles, and character arcs make it feel real and incredibly relevant to today.
Oh, what's the matter, Milo? You worried Powder's gonna beat you again?
Honestly, Arcane is a modern fantasy masterpiece. It blends game elements, drama, and top-tier animation in a way that's never been done before. It's totally redefined how we look at video game adaptations, and hands down, it deserves to be crowned the best fantasy series on Netflix. And that's a wrap on the 10 best original Netflix fantasy series you need to binge this February 2025. From magical realms to post-apocalyptic adventures, we've covered it all.
What kind of story?
Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these shows are you adding to your watch list? Did we miss any of your favorites? Drop a comment below and let me know. I'm always looking for new recommendations. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more epic countdowns, reviews, and deep dives into your favorite shows. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. See you in the next one. Bye for now.